Welcome back to the Inter Realms, a Minecraft podcast where we rewind, replay, and recap the adventures of the Inter Realms Community SMP. We are your hosts. I'm the Timid Terry.
And I'm Slinging Sharks. And today we'll be talking about all the March madness on Inter Realms. And no, I'm not talking about sports ball.
Oh man, I was hoping.
We're going to recap the outcome of Hardcore Rising and dive headfirst into the phenomenal launch of World 5. You're not going to want to miss a minute, folks, so buckle up.
Hardcore Rising Season 2 officially closed, and it closed out with a bang, that's for sure. We had lots of players that were putting in a lot of effort right at the end, especially Pyfro, Sim, Owl, Cayenne. I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting as well. They did a lot of grinding to finish out a lot of the challenging advancements, like doing multiple raids, fighting numerous withers, collecting stacks of difficult items, traveling 1 million blocks in the overworld, which I think is like 125,000 blocks in the nether, but still a huge feat, and so much more. They did so much work. It was incredible to see all of the kind of last minute push to get as many advancements as they possibly could.
For sure.
Do we know who ended with the most advancements?
Well, Cayenne came close to 1,000. I believe she finished with 969. Nice. But Pyfro came out on top with a whopping 1,086 out of 1,202 possible advancements. So in the end, The group finished with nearly 9,300 advancements, setting a new record to beat in Hardcore Rising Season 3.
That is incredible.
It is. I really am looking forward to seeing how well we do next time around. But before we move into the big news, which is coming up, which is what you're all here for, I just want to remind you all to check out the Inter Realms website, the Discord, social media platforms, all of those things to stay up to date on all the new things happening on the server and with our players. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at the Inter Realms. We're also on Facebook and Blue Sky, and you can find all of the links to those different places in our link tree in the description of this episode.
Well, Hardcore Rising was very fun. It was a very enjoyable event, but I'm sure everyone is really dying to hear about the launch of Inter Realms World 5. And
yeah,
I'll tell you, I'm dying to talk about it too. I'm so excited. It's been so much fun. We launched on March 21st, and it's just been nonstop fun since we've started.
It's been amazing. It really has.
Yeah, absolutely. So day one, right at the launch, we had a wonderful speech from Troj, kind of laying the land, thanking all of the amazing people who helped get us to this point, from all of the background work that goes on, finding a seed, making sure we have everything set up technically. Of course, the builders, we talked with Cobble last week, and Mika for his help as well. And there was a lot of people that put in work behind the scenes. So he kind of shouted out a lot of that in our beginning speech. And then right around where we were sitting for the launch, there was a curtain, and Cobble had the honor of dropping the curtain. It was a countdown, and what did we have? Maybe 30 people trying to count down from 10 all at the same time with voice chat delay. It went exactly as you would expect it did.
Total chaos.
Total chaos indeed. But when that curtain was dropped, oh my gosh, the oohs and the ahs, and everyone was just absolutely amazed at what they were seeing.
If our Minecraft jaws could have dropped, they would have. Let's just say.
Absolutely. I mean, just listen to this.
3,
2, 1.
Cobble, make it happen.
Ooh.
Wow.
You've missed it all.
Oh my god.
So after we had the kind of initial oohs and ahs, everybody did what they do when you start a new Minecraft world. But because we had such a big spawn area, we did have a little bit of unique things happening. So several people went on a spawn tour that was led by Cobble and Mika, which was really cool because obviously they were the builders. So they got to show off some of the really cool stuff that they had built in spawn. And then people started going out exploring. Some folks were claiming a spot in the starter village, and then of course having to go out and, punch a tree, get your tools, start to get starter materials, and really just start playing Minecraft from there.
It was so much fun. There was so much to do, but honestly, the shining jewel on the whole launch day was Spawn itself. It was so remarkable. So to give you guys a little explanation, especially those of you who are not watching this on YouTube we'll be inserting clips and screenshots from Spawn from the first day. But those of you who are just listening, we'll try to explain everything that you could experience at Spawn. So first of all is the beating heart of Spawn, which is this enormous, gorgeous tree that basically goes from the bottom of the world all the way up to, I don't know, Terry and I were debating on whether it went up to build height or not, but it still towers hugely over the overworld. So it goes from the bottom of the world in the Spawn cave up through the ground, up into the sky, and towers over the Spawn area. It's just absolutely insanely gorgeous.
It is. I don't think that, what word did you use? Huge, gigantic, ginormous. I don't think any of those words are large enough to actually capture this tree until you see it.
Yeah, it's remarkable. I mean, it's to the fact where you could put like 2x2 up and down elevators inside the tree and still have plenty of room to spare. It's insane. So it's very cool. But in addition to the tree, which is, like I said, the center of everything, once you go out the tree at the bottom, you come into, there's a gathering area right by the sign that will lead you into kind of a town square where there's a meeting hall, a guest area, and trophy room. There is a villager there that's a netherologist that gives us things we need until the nether opens. There's a villager library that's not open quite yet. There's a guild hall. There is a mine shaft. So further back in the cave, there's a custom gorgeous mine shaft that actually leads down into a mob farm for the server to use. There's also a stables area, and if you keep going around from the stables, you'll eventually get to the southern half of the Spawn cave? That is the southern half of the Spawn cave down below is exclusively for Spawn starter houses. And there's 2 levels to it. There's one kind of down around an underground lake, and then there's a kind of a cliff up above it where there can be, and there's actually, I think there's more than one cliff too. There's many levels, and it's so insanely cool how Cobble sculpted this and made it look so natural yet so gorgeous. And people have started building houses. Some people are done with their houses and their cute little houses. Some people are making giant houses, and some people are making diners, and some people are making all sorts of different neat stuff. So we'll try to put some pictures or screenshots or video of some of the Spawn houses as we're talking about it here, but it's very cool. In addition to the Spawn housing, there is a few other fun things. There's some ships in the lake, and there's one of the funnest things that Cobble added was Easter eggs, which are armor stands of the different Inter Realms ambassadors, or there's a few server jokes, which are very cool, very fun, really neat to discover as you're wandering around and exploring Spawn. So those are very cool too. The last thing about Spawn is if you go up into the center of the tree, up through the elevator into the upper part of the tree, which takes you above ground, there it divides into 4 quadrants. The south quadrant is the shopping district where people are already putting up shops. I mean, we're like a week and a half into the server and there are already numerous shops down there. Then to the west, we have the minigames district, in which we already have something really big that we brought over from the old world. Can we talk about that yet? I don't know. No? Okay. We have something there already that we brought over from World 4, which we'll talk more about later. But then to the north, we have a snowy area, which will be a future Christmas district. And then to the east, we have a swampy area, which will be a future Halloween district. So we're definitely prepared. The Spawn is so well designed as far as functionality, future events, and designed so beautifully by Cobble and Mika that just seeing it and experiencing it and playing in it over this last couple weeks has been incredibly, incredibly amazing.
I agree. I love that they really took the time to think of everything that we were going to need throughout the next 2 years of this world and made it, at least created the area for it right there from the start, as opposed to trying to figure it out later. I think that's so forward thinking, and I love that they've done that.
Yeah, so we don't have to try to recreate something later. We have it. It's ready to use when we're ready to use it. So yes, this was incredibly well planned, and props to Troj because I know he was kind of the director and designer of most of this stuff as far as the functionality and what all was going to be included. So well done as well, Troj. I know we give a lot of props to Cobble and Mika, but Troj did an awesome job too.
Absolutely. 5 years, 5 worlds. I think that the admins have got it down now. They're doing a great job taking care of us.
5 years, 5 worlds, 5 stars.
But, oh, I like it. Very awesome. Well, I know a lot of you listening to this are probably thinking, oh my gosh, wow, holy cow, that sounds so impressive. And so are we. I mean, we've been in it for a week and a half, and I still am thinking that every time I go into Spawn. And I think our players are agreeing with that as well. We had an opportunity to take some time on the day after the server launched, and we actually talked to a lot of the different players, and we sat down with them and asked them what they had to say about Spawn. So here's a few clips from that.
It totally makes sense that they were working on this for like 3 months. There's a lot going on. It's big.
Well, I got lost in the magnificence of it. Cobble did a phenomenal job, but also it's huge and I got lost and I didn't know where I was.
I think that this is by far the biggest one.
Even though I knew the spawn, I was still getting lost. And I said to Cobble, if I'm getting lost, everyone's going to get lost. It's just huge.
This is probably the biggest that Spawn has probably ever been in Inter Realms history, I would say.
Not gonna lie, a little bit lost. Had to
Yeah.
ask Pixie and others to give me some advice where to go, what to do, because it's a bit overwhelming, but it's fantastic. Mind blown, actually.
I thought it was absolutely spectacular. Kola told me she was working on it, but I wasn't expecting anything half as big as this.
This definitely got out of hand. It got away from me.
It is beautiful. Cobble's done an amazing, incredible job. It's just astonishing to look at.
It doesn't matter where you look, there's always something new that you pick up that you hadn't noticed before.
Oh, it's insanely beautiful. It was definitely a shock and awe moment.
Very
I know
true.
she usually does large builds, but this is quite ridiculous.
There's so many details crammed into every nook and cranny.
Most SMPs I've been a part of, it's just usually a 4x4 box and you just have fun. I'm really impressed by the build.
It's more than I was expecting, to be honest. It's the first time I've ever been on any sort of SMP or anything like this. So yeah, definitely amazing. Very, very cool. Very, very exciting as well. Very much looking forward to it.
My favorite part is also the scary part. Every time when you come back, you jump down this really long hole, and I swear that snow's not going to catch me every time.
It's pretty outstanding, unbelievable at first.
It's amazing. There's so much to explore, and I really get lost a lot and just go around looking at things instead of doing actually productive things.
Wow, this is crazy. I must go and explore.
Oh, it was amazing to see all people like, wow, this is incredible, and oh my god, you guys built this, and been absolute blast to hear people's reactions to the whole Spawn, because we worked really hard and hoped for that reaction.
It's been so exciting. I was a little bit overwhelmed by everyone's reactions, to be honest with you. It was a lot and it was really nice. And whenever you build anything, you might like it, but you don't know how people are going to experience it or react to it. And it was so nice to finally see what everyone thinks of it.
We should be proud for having such amazing builders who can create stuff like this.
So, as mentioned before, one of the very last things that Cobble did when she created Spawn, right before launch, was add a bunch of Easter eggs around Spawn to help give us a laugh and remind us of past seasons and inside jokes.
I did one for each of the ambassadors, and then on top of that, there were a few little silly bits.
People have already asked me about one specific Easter egg, and it's a funny story back to season 1 that Troj wanted added, so it's just been fun to explain that all over again.
Well, I came across the one and only who took over my crown. I did see the Barry the Berry Bush, the king himself.
I found a copper golem that was called Copper
Your doghouse, what did you think of that Easter egg?
Oh, I was part of making it, so a couple added the armor stand in with my head on. I hadn't seen that, but I added the Easter egg with the little dog Mika, the pup and everything, and the little dog bowl.
We obviously found Mika's little room with his, was it the Mika pup or something? Yeah,
he
we found
finally
that
got
one.
the ball.
He did. He'll be chasing that ball forever.
Yeah, a lot of that time spent looking at the crab.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I love the crab.
I did not find a crab
No.
but I went under many bridges.
I was going to say I saw chemist as well.
Yep.
The little chemist Easter egg. That was cool.
I can confidently say there's some Easter eggs that still have not been found yet.
Over the first week and a half, we have had a lot of death. And yeah, I'm looking at myself here for several of those, but we won't talk about it. I did try from the very beginning of the server. I had, some notes up on the side, and I was trying to write down all of the deaths from the first day. And, I was thinking we might just have a couple. We could talk about them on the podcast. Well, I got to over 10 deaths that I had written down and realized that there was no way I was going to be able to keep up with all of those.
Yeah, there were so many, especially with a few certain people who shall remain not nameless.
So anyway, here's a few of them in case you're wondering about the first few deaths of the server. Husky died to a creeper. Otter fell. Enzyme died to a skeleton. Sling got blown up by a creeper twice. Charlie died to a drowned, and then he drowned. Drassix was impaled on a stalagmite. Cayenne was shot by a skeleton. Enzyme was slain by a Vex. DTG was shot by a pillager. Charlie had many, many deaths while he was trying to conquer a woodland mansion that he's making into his base. And the list goes on and on and on.
You missed a certain person who had quite a few deaths on that list.
Are you maybe referring to the 65 that's next to my name? I think 50 of which come from Guardians?
Yup, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, no.
Yeah, so we don't talk about Bruno or Terry's deaths. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? This is why we always say Inter Realms players are not hardcore players.
We certainly are not. But we do know how to play Minecraft. We are good Minecrafters. Well, questionably good Minecrafters. We are great builders. But before we all went off and did our Minecrafting, Terry and I sat down with people, as she mentioned, and we asked them what they were excited for in World 5 and what their big plans were. Because we know some of these players have big, big plans.
The seed that Turtle found is very much a beautiful world. I think it's comparable to like a Hermitcraft 11 seed. It's very much a lot of potential.
Trying to figure out how on earth in this early game I'm going to get a stack of white wool.
I'm just looking forward to, I guess, expanding my building portfolio and hopefully getting some inspiration from other players and feedback, since I'm not the best builder.
Which it seems very simple, but when you've got no sheep and you haven't found any yet, that's quite a problem.
I just placed my sniffer eggs down. So I'm probably going to get that going and actually get a small shop. It's not even going to be anything crazy. It's just going to be like this tiny little stall with sniffer packs, bundles for people to buy.
So I was clearing out the Woodland Mansion for a potential revamp, or not like a revamp, more of a remodel of a Woodland Mansion as a base or area. I might go towards the idea of steampunk, kind of, because I have never built in that type of theme before.
I'm planning a pirate archipelago. Some sea monsters, of course, if I can fit them in.
I'm excited to see everybody's builds because so many people are going with like villages and cities and towns that I like the fact that it's not just here I'm making one big building. I'm making a bunch of stuff. So it's going to make the world look like an actual world, not just like, hey, look at this giant building in the middle of nowhere.
I come from a hardcore player mindset where a lot of the time you build for utility over aesthetic. And I also am a very old person in general when it comes to Minecraft. So I'm coming from a position of being very not able to work with the different variations that Minecraft have added since 2011. Really, I've been doing a lot of focus recently on improving my building skills in general, working with more textures. Hopefully in this world I'll be able to see more of my improvements continuing on.
Well, it's been hot 5 minutes since I've been on the server. Little Easter egg there. I didn't play as much Minecraft because of real life and what I had to deal with, but
Sure.
now I'm back on, and I'm very looking forward to actually be back with all these people around and all the new players, because there's so many new faces.
Being able to play with new people and meeting new people. Like I've talked to everybody here before, but actually getting in game and meeting them virtually, but in person, kind of, it excites me just to meet new people and learn different things and be able to build my own skill set based on what I'm learning and seeing others do.
I am making myself a replica of a 7 Days to Die city.
I'm going to do Masters of the Universe theme. I've got that designed, and obviously it's a 80s cartoon with a movie coming out mid-year, so I thought, well, you know what? It's a good time to revisit that.
I've been working on a build that is modular, so it'll fit wherever I want, and I'm excited to put that down.
I'm walking around, and it's like playing first time. I just seen a gold chicken.
If you haven't played Minecraft for several updates, then yeah, there's tons of new stuff.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? The chicken's different, the cow's different, the pig is different, everything's different.
I'm happy that we are aiming for a 2-year season, because it will give us plenty of time to do everything that we want to do in this season. I have some projects already, things that I wanted to do in previous seasons and I end up not doing for different reasons. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
So Terry, are you as pumped for this world as I am?
Yes, I am so excited for what this world has to offer. I think the map is really cool. I have not even explored all of it. There's so much to do, and I know I'm excited. I think our players are too. So hopefully all you listeners have enjoyed hearing from some of our other players, not just mine and Sling's voices today, but stay tuned for a very special episode that we'll have maybe in about a week or so, with all of the full player interviews, all of those things that we talked about with the players when we sat down with them for the World 5 launch. Stay tuned.
Absolutely. And here is a special reminder from one of our friends, Jauschlander.
I would just like to say that you should go after all the content creators that are part of this community and follow them, because I'm pretty sure they are and they will do a lot of amazing content from this season. I would not want to miss it for anything.
And on that note, that wraps things up for the podcast this month. Thanks for tuning in, and we can't wait to see what fun things will be happening in the next month.
On our way out, we'll leave you with a few funny clips from the interviews. Bye, Sim!
Bye, Sim! Cut! Okay, no, I don't want any of that.
You were doing really well right up until you crashed.
You want to just go for it?
Yeah, let's run it. We're doing it live.
All right, let's do it. Welcome.
Who's your daddy and where was he from?
That's not the question I was going to ask, but that's a question.
Get my smile on.
Yes, put your smile on.
Cheese.
Check your hair.
I'm new to podcasting, so go gentle.
Don't worry, it's very easy. Anybody can do it.
And sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by someone going there. Okay.
All right. F1. Out of free cam. There we go. Get my butt off the cold cement.
Okay.
It's a little cold and stiff on that ground, eh?
Yeah. You don't know that question. I'm stupid.
This is hot chocolate.
Yes, hot chocolate. And it's definitely not a broken mug either, right?
No.
30 seconds earlier. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you breaking things?
Steve.
No, nothing.
I could shake it, but it costs extra.
Don't break the cups. Those are very special antique Chinaware.
Yeah, it says made in China on it.
Happy that you're all enjoying it. Happy that the people watching are enjoying it. Steve runs by on his beautiful steed.
Let me at least wrap it up.
Oh, sorry.
Wrap it up, bro. Put some fries in the bag.
Anything else you want to share before I let you get back to your donkey that I can hear over there is desperately missing you?
I'm stuck here against my will in the horse stables, so.
You're where you belong, let's be real.
All right, thank you guys.
And on that note, we will see you later.
This has been a production of the Inter Realms Podcast Network. For more information, go to podcast.interrealmssmp.com. You can see the full link in the description of this episode. Thank you for listening.